This is Arne Sultan. Yeah, you kind of look like the Sultan there, Arne, with your
goatee. Yeah, kind of worked out well with the name.
Yes.
I had the name first. The beard came later.
Listen, I like your outfit.
Thank you. It's a birthday present for my wife.
Your wife, now, tell us about your wife. She's a dancer?
She was a dancer. She was. She's an artist now, and a very fine artist.
Arne, you're the producer of the Governor and J.J. What's Dan Daly really like?
He's a gem.
He
really
gem.
is.
He's a great
He's
guy.
He's a really delight to work with. He's, I call him an old pro. And he's so great.
He heard that.
And I don't say that because he's sitting here. Because he doesn't hear well anyway. But he's really a delight to work with. You give him the script, and he quits. Goes right home. That's the end of the show. No, he's great. He learns his lines. You never have to stay on top of him. And it's very rare that Dan really comes to us and says, I don't think this works. And if he does, it's done so nicely. You know, after you work with stars who...
and you've worked with a lot of them. Tell us about some of the shows you've done.
Well, those aren't the ones I wanted to tell you about.
All right.
I was going to say you work with stars that call you up and say, I won't do this. You know. But I haven't worked with those. But I understand there are those. I've been very lucky, really. Since I'm producing, you know, when you're writing, you don't know your stars. You turn in your script and you hope that they do it the way you wrote it. And you take a walk and do your next script. But when you're producing, then you're involved. And I've worked with nice people. The first show I produced was a show called He and She, which is rerunning this summer on CBS. And we're all delighted about it because it's a big favorite of ours. And I worked with Dick Benjamin and Paula Prentice and Jack Cassidy, Ken Mars, Hamilton Camp, and they were great. It was a good group. And then I did Get Smart. And Don Adams can be difficult. But
really?
Yeah. But you didn't know that?
So. No.
No kidding. Oh, they all can. Most actors are.
But not Dan Daly.
No, Dan is great. Dan is like I said, the old pro. He's been there, and he's not climbing, clinging, choking people to death. You know, he knows what he's got.
I think the Governor and J.J. comes across as a very easy show.
They're a great cast. They're a marvelous group of people, and they have a tremendous relationship with each other on the stage. I don't mean before the camera. I mean during rehearsal time. They're just lovely. Don Adams, I want to get back and kind of clarify, Don. I don't want to leave people thinking Don's difficult. It's not that he's difficult. He sees things sometimes other ways than you see it. But I had a good relationship with Don because before I became a writer, I was a nightclub performer. And I worked in a nightclub in Miami Beach, and Don was the cashier. Yeah. And Don took half my act when he went into business. You
always held that against him.
No, Don always says if it wasn't for you, I would never have had an act to get started with. So I could say to Don, it's great. Don says it's terrible, and I say, well, I can't go by you, and you got to go by me. You know, we'd have that kind of thing. And but he would give in and do it my way, and sometimes do it his way, and it worked one way or the other. And if it didn't, nobody was enemies.
Are you going to let J.J. get married?
Well, this year the governor's running for re-election. So everything is concentrated on that. We hope if he gets reelected, I think Julie ought to get married.
Well, we'll keep
ready.
watching the Governor and J.J. every Tuesday here on Channel 7. Thank you, Arne Sultan. We have a brand new show, the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and we have Lou Grant, who you know as Edward Asner. We've seen Edward Asner on so many television shows and movies. But you have kind of an interesting background, a sports and a theater background. This is kind of tricky to do, isn't it?
Well, no. You look at John Wayne, who was a big football player at the, UFC, I guess it was. No, sports and athletes and theater go very much hand in hand. And they're both demanding physically.
Oh, they take a great deal of time. You look very healthy, Edward.
Well, I am working in my laboratory right now on an anti-fat serum.
Really?
Yes.
Let me know about it, will you?
I hope so.
Listen, you have quite an interesting family. You have twins.
Twins, boy-girl twins.
And then you have a little tot.
Well, she's 3 years old, but she actually tries to look like 80.
Does she?
Yeah, she comes up here.
Oh, she'll be genius?
Yes.
And you have how many pets?
Well, we have 3 dogs, starting with our Irish wolfhounds. Eats meat. 2 cats, a turtle, a couple of fish, and we feed a lot of wild ones.
Tell us about your role now in the Mary Tyler Moore Show. You're Lou Grant. You're the big boss.
Right. He's a hard-nosed, blustering, but he loves this girl. Loves her like a daddy. She's a good girl. Good girl.
Have you worked with Mary Tyler Moore before?
No, this is the first, and it's paid back all the bad times in the past because it's so refreshing. She's a great girl.
Well, I think it'll be a fun show. It's a comedy show, isn't it?
There are about 7 of us, 7 regulars, and I could not ask for a better casting in any department. Beautifully written, very funny, and I know the audience will love it.
Well, you know, I want to talk, if I may, for just a moment, about your birth date. My husband was born in November. Also, you're a Scorpio. You're not very emotional, are you?
Are you kidding?
Huh? Are you really?
Oh, my dear.
Huh, we're going to get emotional now, girls. I'm sorry about that.
You are so wrong.
Really?
Yes. Your husband has been hiding things from you.
All these years.
He's emotional, but he just doesn't show it.
Really? I thought they were supposed to be very clever, you know.
Oh, they're devious.
Devious.
Yeah, but they're still emotional. Yeah, still emotional.
No, but you seem very easygoing, Edward.
I'm not.
You're not at all?
It's all surface.
How about your wife?
She is easygoing.
Is she?
Yeah, she has to live with me.
You
She has to be
compliment one
easygoing.
another. Well, I want to compliment you. You were a delightful person to visit with.
Thank
And
you.
we'll be looking forward to seeing you on the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
You'll like it.
I know I will. I like you.
Thank you.